Okay, so I thought it would be helpful to actually shoot a video of the mock-up that I built. So here's my FJ. You can see it's got the new rack on the roof. The pod lights are in. Eventually there will be a rooftop tent that's going to go on top of there, the 4x4 Colorado. I've got two lights facing back, that's all one circuit, two side lights in the rear quarter, also another circuit. There will be a light bar, curved light bar that's going on the front of the rooftop tent. All the wiring is in. There's a cable gland that you can kind of see there. Scan strut cable gland. The wiring, all the cables go down into the A pillar right there. Then they go down behind the dash. Some go back underneath the door sill trim over there on the other side. I'll show that a little bit later. And then one of the power cables goes forward through the firewall to the starter battery. So nothing's been wired up yet because I don't have the auxiliary battery yet. I'm gonna get a Goal Zero, probably the 1500. That is going to go in this location right here. But the purpose of the mock-up was just to kind of see how the furniture that I've designed is going to fit in the available space in the FJ. And the good news is it fits. That's great. A couple things I learned though. This piece, which is the cot, I'm calling the cot extension, which was originally designed, you can see these hinges here, was originally designed to rotate or pivot back onto itself, or back onto the other part of the cot to get out of the way so that this seat, the passenger seat, can slide back and allow for someone to sit there, and I'll show that in a minute too. However, one of the things I learned about doing this, the FJ, is because of this curve of the wall and the way that curves in, and the way the headliner is done, it just hit this, the corner of that extension hit right up here and wouldn't go any further. So that's not, actually I didn't even clear this. So anyway, that's not gonna work. So I have another video that shows sort of the revised design for this. We're gonna do a sliding extension. And so there's another video that's gonna talk all about that. So I'm not gonna go into it here. But the other thing I learned is that this end of the framing is going to have to move back a couple inches just to provide a little bit more space for that passenger seat there to slide back that way. A little further. My girlfriend did a test. She felt a little cramped. I said, okay, we'll make some adjustments. So in the back, excuse the junk, there's a lot of random stuff in my rig right now, but including business cards. The back here, this sort of rectangular section, that's where the storage drawer is going to go. Here, where my shoes and the business cards are, that's where the camp stove drawer and the fridge tray are going to go. I haven't built the mock-up yet to simulate the height that the fridge will be mounted at, and that's the next thing I have to build. Also building that out of 2x4s. So that's the next thing I have to build, and mainly just to put a piece of plywood on top, put the fridge on top, and just check to make sure it's going to clear this door and this window so when it's closed. So that's the main purpose of that test. And then over here in this area is where the storage for the Rotopacks water jugs will be. So we'll also, we're not gonna really get to test that. I think it's gonna work just fine. Okay, so moving around. So yeah, just to kind of show what all of this is going to look like with the remaining rear seat. So on this side of the framing, there'll be a panel, and on that panel will be mounted a couple light switches for the pod lights, and also a one of these sort of not very expensive combo USB AC outlet things that's going to plug. It's just going to be mounted to that panel. It's going to plug directly into the Goal Zero. So that's going to be there too. And that's just going to provide power for charging devices, laptop, etc. and all of that. So this actually is a pretty nice height for an armrest to kind of rest your arm on if you're sitting back here. Plus it's going to have, like, with the extension, it's going to provide just a place to maybe put a laptop or put a iPad, that kind of thing. So the other thing I learned is that the overall length of the cot can go forward 2 inches, at least 2 inches. So right now it's at 74, we're gonna go 2 inches to 76. The Hest mattress is 78, so that the Hest is actually going to kind of butt up against the seat. I think that's okay. So anyway, all right. So pull this out. See if I can do this without. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. I'll be honest, I'm probably not the best videographer in the world. So the next thing we'll do is kind of push the seat back. And you can see that's, you know, it just isn't as much space as we really like. You can see compared to where the driver's seat is, which is my normal driving position. You know, with the seat back pretty vertical, that's not bad. But I really want that seat back to come back a little bit and incline more. So that's why we're moving everything back 2 inches. Now, also the framing, the metal framing, the aluminum vinyl framing, it's going to be a little lower than this. It's going to be about a ½ an inch lower than this. That'll also help in terms of providing a little bit more space. So we're close. It just needs to come back just a little bit, which I've already incorporated into the updated design, and I've shot a separate video for that. So that's all there. So anyway, I did do a post on Facebook. There were lots of interesting questions about why I'm building my camper out of 2x4s. I am not building the camper out of 2x4s. It's just a test. It's a mock-up. It's just to see if it would fit and to learn a few things specifically about the extension, whether that pivot concept was going to work. The answer to that is no, it's not going to work. So we need a plan B, which we've already come up with. But the good news is there's plenty of space between the top of the cot and the headliner. So there's a lot of space in here to be comfortable. You're not feeling like you're sleeping in a coffin. I think that's good. So in general, I think the overall concept is going to work. The next step, like I said, is to really just test the fridge and the fridge position, height, etc., and just make sure that's going to work. So I already have the fridge. It's just I have to build out the support for it. Anyway, hope this is helpful, and hope you enjoyed. Bye now.